Wish the lighting was better here. Open up that window. I need to shave my head. Oh, shit. No, fuck. Check Facebook. Okay, we are good. So,
I think you can flip back over to Zoom. Just pull the Facebook down.
all right, got a couple of people. Leah B. Okay, here we go. We're gonna talk about what is neat. Now, as usual, we're on a live video. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them. If you are watching this later on, drop them, because we will go back and make sure we answer any questions we have about this process.
Okay.
Now, what we're talking about is some of this information, right? We're just trying to paint a picture of everything that's happening in the process of fat loss, so that we can understand the mechanisms and the whys, so that we can stop getting so bogged down with the excess information about this diet, this bad food, this sugar, that thing. All those little pieces have something to do with it, but once you understand that, as long as you understand the entire process, they have little to do with it, right? And so when you're looking at body composition, you're looking at a body that is becoming a smaller or leaner version of itself. Ultimately, the only way, my beard is bananas, guys.
Stop.
The mask is jacking me up. Okay, now, I'm sorry, the mask, I should have like done something with this. Okay, there's like things going in multiple ways.
Stop.
All right, I just need to push it down here. Okay, no matter what, calories in, calories out are the only way the body makes an adjustment, okay, in its size or in its leanness. So manipulating the balance is the only way we can make a change. Now, how we manipulate the balance becomes extremely technical and individualized, but the principles remain the same, just like getting stronger. There's lots of ways to get stronger. One of them is do more than you did last time, but that's not always the constant. So you have to have things that are variables. But you need more work than less work to become stronger. You just change the type of work. Calories in, calories out is ultimately how the body responds to becoming a different version of itself. How you manipulate the pieces inside of it, that can change for the individual. We're going to talk about one of the pieces today. This is going to build on a series of things where we can understand, all right, there's 8 pieces to the puzzle. Do we have a clear understanding of what all 8 pieces are? Now, how do I manipulate the pieces? Basically, that's what we do, okay? That's what coaching is. Coaching is manipulating the pieces, and we just have to figure out how to manipulate the pieces. This is the art of coaching, but the principles remain the same. Principle number 1, well, this is actually principle number like 3 or 4, but NEAT. What is NEAT? What does it stand for? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, okay? So NEAT stands for everything you're doing outside of sleep, outside of exercise. So sitting on the couch, walking, playing with your kids, working on the yard,
Walking around in circles.
blah, 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 blah,
Cleaning your
blah.
house.
All those things contribute to NEAT. Now, what's interesting about NEAT is that it actually accounts for more percentage of calories per day than exercise. So I'm going to show you a couple slides, a couple things that are going to give you visuals. But when you look at, if I have 2,000 calories of calorie output a day, in theory, these are arbitrary numbers. My resting metabolic rate equates for 1,200. NEAT accounts for another 500. Exercise for another 2. A thermal effective food, another 100. So the volume of effort in the output from calories is actually more from NEAT than it is from EAT, which is exercise activity thermogenesis, right? And if you think about this, the volume a day, if you spend an hour a day working out in theory, and you spend 8 hours a day sleeping in theory, right? How many more hours of the day are left? Math.
24 minus 9.
15.
Yeah.
So there's 15 hours of time that you can manipulate NEAT. So just alone in that math, you can see where we can start to go, all right, this is interesting that there's that much time difference. So we can manipulate calorie in, calorie out by adjusting NEAT, not adjusting other things. Okay, and this is where like 10,000 steps daily, all that type of like movement hacks, all that standing,
Getting up every 30 minutes,
all that stuff contributes to NEAT. So let's share the screen so we can get some visuals going. And remember, ask questions at any point. Okay, good. All right, let's go to share screen, push button. Where's desktop? I got a lot of things going on. Let's go here, find your results, share. Okay, let's look at this one first. Oh, shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis, we kind of went over that. Walking, pacing, cleaning the house, dancing. 4%, 60%. So those are kind of the numbers.
Bless you.
It was dusty earlier, promise. All right, so you can see this. What helps with NEAT? Helps with fat loss, improved overall health.
Oh wait, I
enhances
think you have to go back and like actually share the screen.
It is sharing. You are screen sharing.
Yeah, but it's not. It's on the Finder.
Oh geez, technical issues. Let's try this over. Does it work now?
It's gonna take a second.
It's good. Okay,
delayed,
there's a
but
little
I
bit of a
think so.
lag. Okay, so you see, here we go. What is NEAT? Why it's important? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, aka all movement that isn't structured exercise. This is a pretty funny graphic that I stole off the internet. But all the stuff you do, 1 hour exercise, 4%, 62% increases all these things. All right, that's pretty self-explanatory. Now let's look at the other one. This is the one, here we go. So percentage of daily energy expenditure, basic metabolic rate, so metabolism, NEAT, EAT, and TEF. Now you see how much percentage of the entire percentage of energy is NEAT compared to metabolic rate and exercise activity thermogenesis. There's a huge difference in the value of this compared to this. Does that make sense? That's pretty easy to see why that makes a difference, right? So approximately 20% of the calories come from NEAT, but only 10% from exercise. So it's literally, you can get double the amount of total calories from NEAT than you can from exercise. And then obviously basic metabolic rate, that's a whole other video. We'll talk about that. But we just want to talk about this one right here. There was a study done where they had 2 identical twins on the exact same nutrition protocol, the exact same exercise protocol, and one was told to sit on the couch and do nothing, and the other one was told to stand and fidget during this, I think it was 8 weeks or 12-week program. They were in a calorie deficit, by the way, both of them. And the guy who was sitting on the couch lost 7 pounds, and the guy who was fidgeting lost over 20. So there's almost 2 to 3 times the change in calories from fidgeting than there is from sitting. That's a big difference when you're looking at trying to manipulate the process. Good. So that's why non-exercise activity thermogenesis is so important. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through a little bit of a, like kind of a test with the precision nutrition calculator. All right. Oh gosh. All right. So let's do Danielle. Unless there's someone that's on the call that wants me to do theirs. Anyone? Anyone want to pop up? Be a volunteer for that? No one? Okay, we'll do whatever. We'll do. So, where is the precision nutrition calculator?
Just go down to the bottom where you're at. Okay.
All right. And now let me share this screen too. Go back to the Zoom. Share screen. PN calculator.
Share. Okay.
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 So, precision nutrition calculator. We went through this with the Power Pack. If you've not gone through this and you want to go through it, let us know. We will help you walk through this calculator. But this is an easy way to kind of get an idea of where we are in calories. Is this for yourself or client? We'll just say it's for myself.
Myself.
Okay. What's your age?
Oh gosh.
Oh, goodness.
30.
Okay.
Oh, you almost put a 1 on there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a female.
She's a female.
I
How
am
tall are you?
5'4.5".
Oh,
We'll say 5'5".
oh, geez.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, really what we're going to do is, how much do you weigh
Okay.
now?
138.
Okay. Next.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
we're going to pick one of these, and it's going to be the constant, right? And we're going to use body recomposition because you want to lose less than 10 to 15 pounds of body fat while simultaneously building muscle. That's kind of our thing at Prevail.
Yes.
Body recomposition. This is what we do good such a good job at.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's click on that one.
Next.
Now, eating style, we're just going to say anything.
Okay.
Next. We're not going to worry about this. Just use standard.
Next.
Okay. How many meals? What is it used for?
Oh.
Normal. How active you are during the day.
Mm.
Now, this is part of the calculator is trying to figure out your output. And so when this calculator comes up, it's saying sitting most of the day, mix of sitting, standing, continuous general moderate, restaurant server, or construction worker. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of these and we're going to figure out the numbers. We're going to go back and pick the other one and see the number difference. And so we can see how much of an effect that would have on the theory of calories, right? So let's just say that we are light.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do this one first. The very light.
Okay.
Sitting most of the day, right? Let's click on that one.
Okay.
Now what's going to ask us next is exercise. See how it's splitting the two up?
Mm-hmm.
Precision nutrition, they're thinking, they're smart people.
Smart.
So let's think moderate, that's our kind of our gig.
3 to 4 hours a week. Perfect.
Results.
Okay.
Here we go. 1942,
Okay.
roughly, right?
Okay.
And there's all the palms.
Did it
blah,
ask
blah,
you
blah,
goal
blah,
weight?
blah.
It didn't. It just said body recon.
It doesn't ask you goal weight because
On
of
the
body.
recon.
If it says
Okay.
lose weight, it'll give you body weight.
Got it.
But
Okay.
body recomp, it doesn't matter. It's still 1942.
Okay.
Okay, so that's to change basically the leanness of your body, but not really worrying about the total scale weight.
Yeah.
So we're all tracking there, right? Now, let's go back and let's change just,
What was that at? Light?
so this is
Very
very light, all right? So now let's change it to just regular light.
Okay.
And let's do the rest the exact same. So we're only changing
Very
one
light
variation,
to light.
okay? 2063.
100 more calories.
So over 100 calories consumed differently to have a change, right?
Yep.
And that's just over per day. So imagine that the difference in your light and very light movement is you removing 100 plus calories a day in your food, but you don't actually remove the calories. Does that make sense?
You just add in a little more steps and movement.
There's adding in, you're changing your movement per day to change the balance. You haven't manipulated anything inside your food. Now, obviously, if you change your output by NEAT and you change your input by, let's just say that you change your, I don't know. Let's say that for breakfast, instead of eating a full donut, you have half a donut, right? So you cut out 100 calories.
Right.
So now you have a 200 calorie difference per day. Over 2 to 3 weeks, you've got a composition change just by adding in some walking every day and eating half of a donut instead of a full donut. See how it's just a small change changes the equation and it manipulates the process.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between
which also goes back to like our 10% when you're or the 1%.
the 1%
you know,
change, right?
the
And that's from the very first video
Right.
that you guys saw from the Fat Loss Forever video,
Yeah.
talking about changing 1% at a time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's pretty much about it. Now, let's talk about what are things that we can do to increase NEAT that are easy things to do without it really being like a super big demand.
Okay.
So one of the easiest things you can do is anytime you park anywhere, park at the end of the parking lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Easiest thing you can do, because think about the 2 to 3 times you park somewhere a day. You could acquire, 8, 10, 12 total minutes of movement. You could acquire another 500 steps more than you were doing before,
Mm-hmm.
and multiply that over 4 to 6 weeks. That's a big change in movement just from parking at the farthest part away from wherever you're going into, right? So there's a super easy way. Another way is taking the stairs at work instead of taking an elevator. I would suggest taking the elevator down because stairs on the way down a little harder than easy, but I'm just kidding. So taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator, that's one way to do it. Walking farther from your car, it's another way to do it. When you're working, there was another, I forget, I should have pulled it up, but I read it where it was showing there was a 40% difference in NEAT from standing and fidgeting. It's a big difference. So just fidgeting around, right? Little dance class can change quite a bit of your NEAT. So as usual, we always talk about alternating your positions while you work and sit and stand. So you having a timer and going, all right, well, every half an hour, I'm going to go from a seated to half kneeling position, from a half kneeling to a standing, to a standing to a half kneeling. And you moving back and forth between all those movements is extra movement that adds to your NEAT, right? Yeah. Obviously, daily walks are going to take a huge change in NEAT. I think that hands down, the easiest way to lose any kind of weight is immediately start walking every day. Hands down. Easiest, most efficient way of making an adjustment in your scale and body composition and health is to go for a light, easy heart rate. Doesn't have to have an increase in heart rate.
And when we say health, physical and mental health, it's like can be a form of like little meditation, stress relief.
Yep. Other things like doing your yard work, right? That's a lot of extra work that basically anything that you feel lazy about doing, just do it. Like it's lazy of us to park close and walk short. Right? So anything you normally do that's like, this is the easier way, well, don't do that. That's probably the easiest way to think of it. Another thing is thinking about doing activities that involve standing instead of sitting. That's a difference.
Or go to a coffee shop, ask for like a tall table or a restaurant, you can shift. Yep,
so just standing while you work will change.
I don't know, I always have ants in my pants.
Ants in your pants. Okay. Lots of little things.
Yeah.
Cleaning,
which
isn't fun.
That's not
walking
fun.
your dog, playing a dog, picking up recreational sports.
Always check the mailbox before your spouse in case you order stuff, so you can just go back and forth.
There you go. Taking out the trash. All these things
sound fun either.
That can add, or picking up, like, I'm going to go ride around a scooter for the day instead of driving a cab.
Yeah, or you can like, no, this isn't going to be a good one.
There you go. Okay. So NEAT.
Park
further away, walk more, roll around more.
Roll around. You can do naked get-ups at home at any time.
Yep. And this has nothing to do with sweating.
No.
This just has to do with moving. So the more often you move, the more NEAT you have, the more you can change the equation of calorie in, calorie out.
Yes.
And the better your body is going to feel. Doing resets every day is going to make your body feel way better, and that's going to increase your NEAT.
You can do some rocking and some rolling and some dancing. Morning, get your mind right.
Exactly.
Do the little thing in the mirror.
Yep.
You got this.
So that's what we're going to talk about NEAT.
Yep.
Does anyone have any questions about NEAT? Wait for it. Where is it? So many things. Questions about NEAT. One thing to consider about being NEAT is like, okay, I'm already a server at a restaurant. I move all the time. I'm not losing weight. Well, that's because your body has become used to that movement. So you're efficient at it. We're talking about, well, if you're already moving a ton and you can't change NEAT, we have to start looking at changing the other equations. Like different parts in food, sleep, water, stress, exercise, type of exercise, frequency of exercise, all those things that contribute into the equation. Good. The beard is bananas. I know, Leanne, the beard is bananas.
Daily walk sounds easy.
Daily walk definitely is the easiest way to do this. Okay. Anything? I'm gonna give it 10 seconds and we're gonna get off of here. As you're watching this video, either on Facebook or on YouTube or wherever you're watching it, if you have any questions about this, put them in the comments. We'll answer them. If you have a question you don't feel comfortable about answering in the comments, just send us a direct message and we will definitely help you out with that. If anyone wants to go through this PN calculator and talk about things and variations and how you can change it and how it can help you, especially with, we love that it gives the hand portion guide. That's awesome. Okay, solid. We're gonna get out of here and we will, once this gets saved and loaded onto YouTube, we will post it there as well so that you can watch it or rewatch it and learn all the fun stuff. Cool? Cool. Now I have to figure out how to actually stop it. How do I do that? Stop share. There's one. There's my face again. Out of here. See you guys.